Welcome back to the second episode, everyone. Thank you for the love and support. Let's dive in. Sime was a target. She had 3 older sisters, Ta, Boloni, and Midday, girls whose beauty could not hide their hearts of dry wood, always ready to ignite with envy. They hated Sime deeply. One morning, the sisters went to the river to fetch water, and Sime followed, carrying a heavy pot on her head but walking like a queen. Her long hair was wrapped in a beautiful cloth. "Look at her," Ta whispered. "She thinks she is so special. She doesn't even scrub the floors like we do. Mother is too afraid she might trip on that hair." Boloni's eyes glared with fury. "All the boys in the village bring her gifts. I am the oldest, they should be bringing gifts to me." Midday, the youngest, was crueler than the others. "Mother and father love her more," she said. "They give her the biggest piece of meat, the best place to sleep. She is still alive in our lives. We must make her go away." Sime felt a dark energy at home. She tried to be kind, doing her sisters' chores and giving them her precious beads, but the more she gave, the more they hated her. One afternoon, when the sun scorched the earth and even lizards hid under rocks, her parents were away, her father at the farm, her mother at the market. The sisters came for her. "We found a secret place in the bush with red flowers," Ta said sweetly, but it was a lie. Sime's eyes lit up. She loved flowers. "Really? You found flowers for me?" "Yes," Midday said, holding a basket, "but we must hurry before sunset." Sime followed them, walking past goats, past houses, and into the thick forest. She felt fear prickling her heart. "It is very far," she whispered, clutching her hair so it would not snag on thorns. Boloni laughed cruelly. Soon, they reached a clearing of green and yellow grass, at the center of which lay a deep hole. They had spent 3 days digging it. "Where are the flowers?" Sime asked. The sisters turned, their faces no longer sweet but red with anger. "There are no flowers," Ta yelled, grabbing Sime's hair. "You think you are a queen?" Midday shoved her into the pit. "Let's see how pretty you are when stuck in the dirt." Sime cried, "Please. I haven't done anything wrong." But her sisters shouted that she was stealing their lives and shoved her into darkness. She hit the bottom with a painful thud. Her sisters threw branches over the hole, hiding it. "Goodbye. Now the village will forget you," they yelled before returning home, claiming a tiger had eaten her because of her long hair. Sime lay in the mud, alone and frightened. "Mama, Papa, please help me," she cried, but no one could hear. Only the forest listened. Just as despair crept in, she heard a low grumble, then a voice, "Who is down there?" Sime froze. "My name is Sime. Please help me," she cried. The voice replied, "Hold on, I will get you out." Out of the shadows appeared a large, strong monkey with charcoal-colored fur and eyes full of human sadness. "Are you going to eat me?" Sime whispered. "No," he said. "I am not a monster." The monkey climbed into the pit and carried Sime on his back, dodging the thorns her sisters had strewn. When they emerged from the dark forest, Sime shook. "I cannot go home, my sisters will kill me." The monkey's eyes softened. "Your sisters did this to you? I have a place for you, a tall stone tower where no one goes." They walked until the tower appeared, with no doors or stairs. "You must go to the top," the monkey said, lifting her to a small window. Inside, the room was filled with soft leaves and blankets. "Do not open the window for anyone but me. When you hear hoot hoot clack, it is me," he instructed. Days passed. Sime lived in the tower, lonely but safe. Each day the monkey brought food, and every night, the signal would make her heart leap. Lonely, she sang her mother's soft songs, and one day her sisters heard her. They argued below, but she stayed hidden, terrified they would find her. At night, the monkey climbed up to her, bringing comfort and stories of the forest and stars. He combed the tangles from her hair. "Why are you so kind?" Sime asked. "Because you are beautiful not just in hair but in heart," he replied. Sime realized she no longer saw a monkey but a friend, someone who loved her more than her own sisters ever could. She kissed him on his fuzzy cheek. Suddenly, the tower glowed, and when the light faded, a handsome man in gold thread stood before her. "I am Prince Odi," he said. "Your kiss broke the curse. I was once a proud man, turned into a monkey by a spirit. Your kindness saved me." Sime's joy mingled with fear as she remembered her sisters and the pit. "Come with me to my kingdom, you will be loved and worshipped." But Sime wanted her parents to see her alive. Prince Odi promised protection, and they returned to her village. The villagers gasped, the girl with golden hair had returned. Sime's parents cried in relief. Her sisters, consumed by jealousy, glared with fear and anger. That night, the sisters entered her room under false apologies. Midday, hiding a rusty knife, struck, hacking Sime's hair. But the hair turned into wriggling green snakes that crowned her head, and eyes glowed with terrifying light. The sisters fled in horror. Sime, now a fearsome figure, ran back to the stone tower, hiding from the prince. Yet, even in darkness, the signal reached her, hoot hoot clack. The prince stepped toward Sime. The snakes hissed and flashed their yellow eyes, but he did not flinch. "When I was a monkey, you did not run away," he said softly. "You saw the man inside the beast. Now let me see the girl inside the snakes." He gently cupped her face. His love was stronger than any curse. He leaned in and kissed her. The snakes shrank, transforming back into golden silk. Sime's hair flowed down to the floor, more radiant than ever. Prince Odi brought Sime to his palace. But he did not forget her sister's cruelty. Guards placed midday stone statue at the palace gates, with a sign, "Here stands a girl who had a heart of stone." So now her body is stone too. Thor and Bologna were made palace servants, walking past the statue daily as a reminder that hate only breeds coldness. Sime and Prince Odi lived happily ever after. Her hair remained long and golden, and she used her power to ensure every child in the kingdom felt loved, no matter how different they looked. Her parents moved into the palace, living in comfort and joy. The sun does not ask the moon for permission to shine, and the river does not stop flowing because someone throws a stone. If you spend your days digging a pit for another, you are only building a grave for your own happiness. A heart of gold will always find a crown, but a heart of stone will turn to rock. Love sees the person, hate sees only the surface. Be like silk, soft, strong, and beautiful from within. From that day on, Sime's life changed forever. She lived in the palace with Prince Odi, who loved her not for her beauty alone, but for the courage and kindness in her heart. Each morning, her hair shimmered like spun gold, a reminder that true beauty comes from within. Children from every corner of the kingdom came to see her, and Sime welcomed them all, teaching them that love and kindness were stronger than fear and cruelty. Her parents, once worried and blind to her suffering, moved into the palace and were embraced by the life Sime had built. The sisters, Thor, Bologna, and Midday, never forgot the lesson of the heart of stone. Every day they walked past Midday's stone statue at the palace gates, a reminder that envy and cruelty lead only to ruin. Even as servants, they learned that bitterness could never touch the joy of those who are good at heart. The kingdom flourished under Sime and Prince Odi's care. Flowers bloomed brighter, rivers ran clearer, and the people felt safe and loved. Sime often remembered the dark forest, the pit, and the monkey who had saved her. She never forgot how fear and hate could destroy lives, but also how courage, kindness, and love could transform even the darkest curses. And so, the sun continued to shine, the river continued to flow, and Sime's story became a legend, a tale of a girl with golden hair, whose heart was stronger than any spell, whose love could tame even a monster, and whose courage turned pain into triumph. The lesson was clear: a heart of gold will always find a crown. A heart of stone will only harden further. Love sees the person, hate sees only the surface. Be like silk, soft, strong, and beautiful from within. And with that, Sime lived her days surrounded by love, laughter, and light, a queen not just by title, but by the goodness in her heart. Sime was not like her sisters. She had 3 older siblings, Ta, Boloni, and Midday, beautiful girls with hearts full of envy. They hated Sime because she was kind, gentle, and loved by everyone. One hot morning, they tricked her into the forest. "We found flowers for you," they said. Sime followed, excited, clutching her long, golden hair. But the sisters led her to a deep, dark pit they had dug in secret. With one push, they shoved her in and covered it with branches. A tiger got her, they lied to the village. Sime cried alone in the mud. Her parents could not hear her. Only the forest listened. Suddenly, a voice called out. A large, strong monkey appeared, his eyes full of sadness but his heart kind. "Hold on, I will get you out," he said. Sime climbed onto his back, and he carried her safely through the forest. They reached a tall, stone tower where she could hide. Every night, he brought her food and comfort. He combed her tangled hair and told stories of the stars. Sime began to see the monkey not as a beast, but as a friend. One night, she kissed his furry cheek, and the magic happened. The tower glowed, and the monkey transformed into Prince Odi, a handsome prince cursed long ago. "Your kindness saved me," he said. Sime was overjoyed, but still remembered her cruel sisters and the pit. When they returned to her village, Sime's sisters were shocked. Midday even tried to hurt her again, cutting off her golden hair. But the hair turned into wriggling green snakes, glowing with power. Sime's eyes shone with a strange, terrifying light, and the sisters fled in fear. The prince approached her. "I saw the girl inside the beast," he said. He kissed Sime, and the snakes turned back into long, golden silk. Sime's hair flowed to the floor, more beautiful than ever. She was herself again. Prince Odi brought Sime to his palace, and together they ruled with kindness. Midday's stone statue stood at the palace gates as a warning: envy and cruelty lead only to ruin. Thor and Bologna worked as servants, learning that hate cannot touch the joy of a good heart. Sime used her power to bring love to all children in the kingdom. Her parents moved into the palace, and the kingdom thrived. The lesson was clear: a heart of gold will always find a crown. A heart of stone turns to rock. Love sees the person, hate sees only the surface. And Sime, the girl with golden hair and a heart of silk, lived happily ever after. YouTube Storytelling Guide, Sime, the girl with golden hair. Scene 1, The Sisters' Envy. Narration: Sime was not like her sisters. Thor, Bologna, and Midday were beautiful, but their hearts were full of envy. They hated Sime for her kindness, for the gifts she received, for the love she inspired. Sound effects: SFX whispering voices, soft footsteps on dry leaves. Pause/emphasis, slow and suspenseful before revealing their plan. Scene 2, The Forest Trap. Narration: One hot morning, the sisters tricked Sime into the forest. "We found flowers for you," they said. Sime followed, her heart full of hope. But the forest was thick, dark, and hiding a cruel secret. SFX, crunching leaves, distant animal sounds, wind rustling. Pause, dramatic pause after cruel secret, to build suspense. Scene 3, The Pit. Narration: With one push, they shoved her into a deep pit and covered it with branches. A tiger got her, they lied to the village. Sime lay in the mud, alone, crying for help. Her parents could not hear her. Only the forest listened. SFX, falling thud, echo of branches, soft crying. Scene 4, The Monkey saves her. Narration: Suddenly, a voice called out, "Who is down there?" A large monkey appeared, strong and kind. "Hold on," he said. "I will get you out." SFX, monkey grunts, forest ambience, rushing movement. Pause, after, "I will get you out," to let suspense breathe. Scene 5, the tower hideout. Narration: the monkey carried Sime safely through the forest to a tall stone tower. There, she could hide, safe from her sister's cruelty. Every night, the monkey brought food, combed her hair, and told stories of the stars. SFX, nighttime forest sounds, soft wind, occasional bird hoots. Emphasis: gentle, warm tone for the care and comfort Sime receives. Scene 6, the monkey becomes a prince. Narration: one night, Sime kissed his furry cheek. The tower glowed, the monkey transformed into Prince Odi, handsome and kind. "Your courage and kindness saved me," he said. SFX, magical chime, glowing light sound, heartwarming music. Pause, let audience feel the magic before continuing. Scene 7, confronting the sisters. Narration: back in the village, the sisters tried to hurt Sime again. Midday cut her hair, but the hair turned into wriggling green snakes. Sime's eyes glowed, terrifying yet beautiful. The sisters ran in fear. SFX, hissing snakes, gasp of fear, dramatic sting. Scene 8, love breaks the curse. Narration: the prince approached her. "I saw the girl inside the beast," he said. He kissed Sime, and the snakes turned back into golden silk. Her hair flowed down to the floor, more beautiful than ever. SFX, magical shimmer, soft wind, gentle music. Scene 9, life in the palace. Narration: Prince Odi brought Sime to the palace. Midday stone statue stood at the gates, a warning that cruelty leads only to ruin. Tor and Boloni became palace servants, learning that hate cannot touch the joy of a good heart. Sime used her power to bring love to all children in the kingdom, and her parents moved into the palace to live in comfort. SFX, palace ambience, soft joyful music. Scene 10, Mora and closing. Narration: the sun does not ask the moon for permission to shine, and the river does not stop flowing because someone throws a stone. A heart of gold will always find a crown, but a heart of stone will turn to rock. Love sees the person, hate sees only the surface. Be like silk, soft, strong, and beautiful from within. And Sime, the girl with golden hair, lived happily ever after. SFX, calm, uplifting music, gentle chimes. Pause, let the moral sink in before ending. Optional outro. Thank you for watching. If you love Sime's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for the next magical folktale. SFX, soft bell or chime for YouTube outro. Sime, the girl with golden hair. YouTube narration script with timestamps and pacing. Midnight to 0:30, opening/introduction. Narration. Sime was not like her sisters. Tor, Boloni, and Midday were beautiful, but their hearts were full of envy. They hated Sime for her kindness, her golden hair, and the love she inspired everywhere she went. Pacing, slow and suspenseful. Emphasize, hated Sime, with slight pause. SFX, soft whispering, footsteps on dry leaves. 0:30 to 1:30, the forest trap. Narration. One hot morning, the sisters tricked Sime into the forest. "We found flowers for you," they said. Sime followed, her heart full of hope, clutching her long golden hair. But the forest was thick, dark, and hiding a cruel secret. SFX, crunching leaves, distant animal noises, eerie wind. Pause after, cruel secret, to build suspense. 1:30 to 2:30, the pit. Narration. With one push, the sisters shoved her into a deep pit and covered it with branches. A tiger got her, they lied to the village. Sime lay in the mud, alone, crying for help. Her parents could not hear her. Only the forest listened. SFX, third of four, rustling branches, soft crying. Pacing, dramatic, slow for tension. 2:30 to 3:30, the monkey appears. Narration. Suddenly, a voice called out, "Who is down there?" A large, strong monkey appeared, his eyes full of sadness but his heart kind. "Hold on," he said. "I will get you out." Simi climbed onto his back, and he carried her safely through the forest, dodging thorns and shadows. SFX, monkey grunts, rushing footsteps, leaves brushing. 3:30 to 4:30, the tower hideout. Narration. They reached a tall stone tower where Simi could hide. Every night, the monkey brought her food, combed her tangled hair, and told stories of the stars. Simi began to see the monkey not as a beast, but as a friend, a protector, someone who cared. SFX, nighttime forest ambience, soft wind, gentle hoots. Pacing, gentle, comforting tone for safety and warmth. 4:30 to 5:30, the monkey transforms. Narration. One night, Simi kissed his furry cheek, and the magic happened. The tower glowed, and the monkey transformed into Prince Odi, handsome and kind. "Your courage and kindness saved me," he said. SFX, magical shimmer, sparkling sound, soft uplifting music. Pause, let audience feel the transformation. 5:30 to 6:30, confronting the sisters. Narration. When they returned to her village, Simi's sisters were shocked. Midday even tried to hurt her again, cutting off her golden hair. But the hair turned into wriggling green snakes. Simi's eyes glowed with a terrifying light, and the sisters fled in fear. SFX, hissing snakes, dramatic sting, gasp of horror. Pacing, fast and tense to build drama. 6:30 to 7:30, love breaks the curse. Narration. The prince stepped forward. "I saw the girl inside the beast," he said. He kissed Simi, and the snake shrank, turning back into soft, golden silk. Her hair flowed down to the floor, more radiant than ever. SFX, magical shimmer, gentle wind, uplifting music. 7:30 to 8:30, life in the palace. Narration. Prince Odi brought Simi to the palace. Midday stone statue stood at the gates as a warning, cruelty and envy lead only to ruin. Thor and Bologna served in the palace, learning that hate cannot touch the joy of a good heart. Simi used her power to bring love to all children in the kingdom, and her parents moved into the palace, living in comfort. SFX, palace ambience, soft joyful music. 8:30 to 9 o'clock, Mora and closing. Narration. The sun does not ask the moon for permission to shine, and the river does not stop flowing because someone throws a stone. A heart of gold will always find a crown, but a heart of stone turns to rock. Love sees the person, hate sees only the surface. Be like silk, soft, strong, and beautiful from within. And Simi, the girl with golden hair, lived happily ever after. SFX, calm chimes, gentle uplifting music. Pacing, slow and reflective for emphasis on the moral. 9 to 9:15, optional YouTube outro. Narration. Thank you for watching. If you love Simi's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for the next magical folktale. SFX, soft bell or chime. Scene 1, the sisters' envy, midnight to 0:30. Tone, slow, suspenseful, slightly ominous. Emphasis, hated Simi deeply, pause slightly after a deeply to let tension build. Narration. Simi was not like her sisters. Thor, Bologna, and Midday were beautiful, but their hearts were full of envy. They hated Simi for her kindness, her golden hair, and the love she inspired everywhere she went. SFX, whispering voices, soft footsteps. Scene 2, the forest trap, 0:30 to 1:30. Tone, excited then suspenseful. Start hopeful, shift dark. Emphasis, but the forest was thick, dark, and hiding a cruel secret. Pause after cruel secret. Narration. One hot morning, the sisters tricked Sime into the forest. We found flowers for you, they said. Sime followed, her heart full of hope, clutching her long golden hair. But the forest was thick, dark, and hiding a cruel secret. SFX, crunching leaves, distant animal sounds, eerie wind. Scene 3, the pit, 1:30 to 2:30. Tone, dramatic, fearful. Slow and tense. Emphasis, only the forest listened. Pause to make audience feel isolation. Narration. With one push, the sisters shoved her into a deep pit and covered it with branches. A tiger got her, they lied to the village. Sime lay in the mud, alone, crying for help. Her parents could not hear her. Only the forest listened. SFX, third of 4, rustling branches, soft crying. Scene 4, the monkey appears, 2:30 to 3:30. Tone, calm, kind, mysterious. Emphasis, hold on. I will get you out. Slow and reassuring. Narration. Suddenly, a voice called out, "Who is down there?" A large, strong monkey appeared, his eyes full of sadness but his heart kind. "Hold on," he said. "I will get you out." Sime climbed onto his back, and he carried her safely through the forest, dodging thorns and shadows. SFX, monkey grunts, leaves brushing. Scene 5, the tower hideout, 3:30 to 4:30. Tone, gentle, warm, comforting. Emphasis, she began to see the monkey not as a beast, but as a friend. Pause slightly for emotional impact. Narration. They reached a tall stone tower where Sime could hide. Every night, the monkey brought her food, combed her tangled hair, and told stories of the stars. Sime began to see the monkey not as a beast, but as a friend, a protector, someone who cared. SFX, nighttime ambience, soft wind, occasional hoots. Scene 6, the monkey transforms, 4:30 to 5:30. Tone, magical. Emphasis, the tower glowed, the monkey transformed. Slow and dramatic. Narration. One night, Sime kissed his furry cheek, and the magic happened. The tower glowed, and the monkey transformed into Prince Odi, handsome and kind. "Your courage and kindness saved me," he said. SFX, magical chime, sparkling light sound. Scene 7, confronting the sisters, 5:30 to 6:30. Tone, tense, fast-paced. Emphasis, Sime's eyes glowed with a terrifying light. Pause briefly for dramatic effect. Narration. When they returned to her village, Sime's sisters were shocked. Midday even tried to hurt her again, cutting off her golden hair. But the hair turned into wriggling green snakes. Sime's eyes glowed with a terrifying light, and the sisters fled in fear. SFX, hissing snakes, ghasts, dramatic sting. Scene 8, love breaks the curse, 6:30 to 7:30. Tone, emotional, gentle, hopeful. Emphasis, her hair flowed down to the floor, more beautiful than ever. Pause slightly for effect. Narration. The prince stepped forward. "I saw the girl inside the beast," he said. He kissed Sime, and the snakes shrank, turning back into soft, golden silk. Her hair flowed down to the floor, more radiant than ever. SFX, magical shimmer, gentle wind. Scene 9, life in the palace, 7:30 to 8:30. Tone, joyful, triumphant. Emphasis, midday stone statue stood at the gates as a warning. Slight pause to emphasize lesson. Narration. Prince Odi brought Sime to the palace. Midday stone statue stood at the gates as a warning, cruelty and envy lead only to ruin. Thor and Bologna served in the palace, learning that hate cannot touch the joy of a good heart. Sime used her power to bring love to all children in the kingdom, and her parents moved into the palace, living in comfort. SFX, Palace Ambience, Soft Uplifting Music. Scene 10, Mora and Closing, 8:30 to 9 o'clock. Tone, calm, reflective, inspirational. Emphasis, be like silk, soft, strong, and beautiful from within. Pause for dramatic impact. Narration. The sun does not ask the moon for permission to shine, and the river does not stop flowing because someone throws a stone. A heart of gold will always find a crown, but a heart of stone turns to rock. Love sees the person, hate sees only the surface. Be like silk, soft, strong, and beautiful from within. And Sime, the girl with golden hair, lived happily ever after. SFX, calm chimes, uplifting music. Scene 11, optional outro, 9 to 9:15. Tone, warm, inviting. Narration. Thank you for watching. If you love Sime's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for the next magical folktale. SFX, soft bell or chime. Sime, Part 2, the girl who brings love. After Sime and Prince Odi returned to the palace, the kingdom flourished. Flowers bloomed brighter than ever, rivers sparkled under the sun, and children laughed in every village. But Sime never forgot the darkness of the forest, the pit her sisters dug, or the monkey who had saved her. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in gold and crimson, Sime climbed to the palace balcony. She looked at the villages stretching far beyond, and a thought came to her: there are still children who live in fear, who are lonely, who are not loved the way they should be. She called for her magical mirror, a gift left by the spirit who had cursed Prince Odi long ago. The mirror reflected not just faces, but hearts. "Show me those who need love," Sime whispered. The mirror glowed, revealing children who were bullied, ignored, or misunderstood. Their hearts were hidden under shadows, like Sime's had once been. With her hands glowing softly, Sime traveled to every village in secret. When she touched a child's heart, warmth spread like sunlight. Fear melted. Loneliness disappeared. Smiles grew where frowns had lived. Children felt seen and loved, not because of what they looked like, but because of who they were. Even the forest remembered her. Animals and spirits who had watched her suffering returned to help. The monkeys she once called friends now followed her, helping her bring water to villages, gathering fruits, and whispering secrets of the forest to Sime. Meanwhile, her sisters, Ta, Boloni, and Midday, were forced to work as palace servants, learning humility and patience. But Sime, despite all they had done, never sought revenge. Instead, she taught them the greatest lesson: love and kindness have power greater than hate and cruelty. One day, as Sime walked through the marketplace with Prince Odi, a little girl tugged at her sleeve. "Are you Sime?" "The girl with golden hair," she asked, eyes wide. Sime knelt and smiled. "Yes, and I want you to know that you are loved, no matter what anyone says." The girl's face lit up. In that moment, Sime realized that her true power was not her beauty, or her hair, or even her royal title, it was her heart. Her heart had the power to heal, to comfort, and to transform lives. And so, Sime continued her work quietly, traveling from village to village, spreading love and joy, teaching everyone that a kind heart shines brighter than gold. Even in the deepest darkness, even when life seemed unfair, Sime had learned that love always finds a way. The kingdom had known peace for many months. Children laughed in the streets, flowers bloomed, and even the birds seemed to sing more brightly. But one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a strange shadow crept over the palace. It was not the night, nor clouds, but something darker, an unnatural darkness that whispered through the trees. In the highest tower, Sime noticed it first. Her golden hair shimmered in the sunset, but her heart felt uneasy. Prince Odi, Do you feel that? She asked. The prince looked toward the horizon. The wind feels wrong, he said. And the forest, it's silent. From the shadow emerged a figure cloaked in black, moving with the silence of a predator. Its eyes glowed like embers, and wherever it passed, the grass withered and the rivers dulled. It was a spirit of envy, old and cunning, who had long watched the kingdom grow under Sime's care. It hated her joy, her golden hair, and most of all, her heart of kindness. I have come for you, girl with golden hair, the spirit hissed, its voice echoing like wind through empty halls. Your light will fade, and your kingdom will kneel before me. Sime felt fear for the first time in a long while, but she remembered the monkey, the prince, and the lessons she had learned. She took a deep breath and whispered, "You may try to frighten me, but love will never fade." The spirit lunged, and a dark cloud swirled around Sime. But she raised her hands, and from her heart flowed a golden light, warm and pure, like sunlight cutting through mist. The shadow shrieked and recoiled, it could not touch her. Prince Odi drew his sword, a blade that shone with silver light, and together, they stood side by side. Sime's golden hair flowed around her like a shield of light, and the spirit could see that courage and kindness were stronger than envy and darkness. You cannot harm those who love and are loved, Sime said firmly. Your envy will turn to nothing. With one final burst of light from her hands, the shadow exploded into sparks, scattering into the night sky like harmless fireflies. The darkness was gone, and the kingdom's rivers sparkled again, the grass grew green, and the wind carried the scent of flowers. Prince Odi hugged Sime tightly. Your heart is stronger than anything, he said. Not even a spirit of envy can overcome it. Sime smiled. She knew that her work was never done, there would always be challenges, but she also knew that as long as she held love and kindness in her heart, no darkness could defeat her. And from that day forward, Sime was not only the girl with golden hair, she was the guardian of hearts, the protector of the kingdom's joy, and a beacon of hope to everyone who needed it. The Festival of Light. Months had passed since Sime defeated the shadow spirit, and the kingdom thrived. Prince Odi and Sime decided to celebrate the courage and kindness that kept their land safe. They planned a festival unlike any other, a festival of light, where children and families from every village could come together to celebrate love, hope, and bravery. Sime oversaw the preparations. Lanterns were hung along every street, glowing softly like fireflies. Golden ribbons were tied to trees, and fountains sparkled with magical water that shimmered in all the colors of the rainbow. For the first time, children from faraway villages arrived, curious to see the girl with golden hair and the prince who loved her. As the festival began, Sime stood on the grand balcony of the palace. She called out to the crowd. Welcome, everyone. Tonight, we celebrate not just light, but the light within each of us, the courage, the kindness, and the love that can overcome any darkness. The crowd cheered. Children ran toward her, their faces glowing with excitement. Sime knelt among them, showing them how to make lanterns, how to care for one another, and how even a small act of kindness could brighten someone's heart. But the festival held a surprise. From the forest, a group of magical creatures arrived, talking monkeys, glowing fireflies, and birds with feathers like jewels. Sime recognized the monkeys as old friends from her time in the tower. They carried baskets of fruit, flowers, and small treasures from the forest, bringing gifts to the children. Then, Sime noticed a group of children standing shyly at the edge of the crowd. They were from villages far away, and they had never felt love or attention before. Sime walked over to them and said softly, "Your hearts are precious. You are seen. You are loved." As she spoke, a golden light rose from her hands, spreading over the festival square. The children's faces lit up with joy, their laughter echoing through the night. Even the adults gasped, feeling a warmth that reminded them of the power of kindness. Prince Odi watched with pride. "Sime," he said, "your heart doesn't just shine, it teaches others to shine too." As the night went on, lanterns floated into the sky, carrying the wishes and dreams of everyone present. Sime and the children watched them rise, glowing brighter than any star. It was a night of magic, of hope, and of love shared freely with everyone, no matter who they were. And Sime realized something important. Her journey was never just about her own happiness, it was about inspiring others to find the light inside themselves. From that day, the Festival of Light became a kingdom tradition. Every year, children and families gathered to celebrate love, courage, and kindness. The values Sime had shown were stronger than any curse, shadow, or envy. Even the forest joined in. Birds sang, rivers sparkled, and the creatures who had once helped Sime in her darkest moments danced in joy. And Sime. She stood among them, golden hair flowing in the wind, a living reminder that a heart of gold can light up the world. The Forest of Whispers. One morning, as the sun rose over the kingdom, Sime noticed something strange. The birds' songs were softer, the wind whispered oddly, and the river seemed restless. From the edge of the forest, a faint glowing mist drifted toward the palace. Prince Odi approached her. Sime, that mist is unlike anything I've seen. It moves as if it's alive. Sime nodded. Her heart, brave and kind, told her this was a new challenge, a test not for strength, but for wisdom and courage. She packed her golden cloak, braided her hair tightly, and whispered to Prince Odi, I must see what this is. The kingdom depends on it. With her loyal monkeys, magical fireflies, and a basket of enchanted fruits from the forest, Sime ventured into the mist. The deeper she went, the quieter the world became. Even the trees seemed to watch, their branches like hands pointing toward hidden paths. Suddenly, a voice echoed from the mist. Who dares enter the forest of whispers? From the shadows appeared a creature unlike any Sime had ever seen. Its body shimmered like silver smoke, and its eyes glowed deep violet. I am the keeper of secrets, it said. This forest tests hearts. Only those pure and brave may pass. What brings you here, child of gold? Sime took a deep breath. I am Sime of the kingdom of light. I bring courage, kindness, and love. I will not let darkness harm my kingdom or its people. The keeper of secrets tilted its head. Many speak such words, but few prove them. You must pass 3 trials. Only then will the forest grant its treasure, the heart of the forest, a gem that strengthens the goodness in all hearts. Trial 1, the River of Fear. Sime came to a wide, rushing river. Dark water swirled violently, whispering her deepest fears, her sisters, the pit, the shadow spirit. The river called her to turn back. But Sime closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and focused on love instead of fear. With each step, golden light spread from her feet, and the river calmed. She crossed safely. Trial 2, the Maze of Doubts. Next, she entered a twisting maze, where shadows mimicked her every move, whispering, you are not strong enough. You cannot succeed. Sime remembered the children she had helped and the festival she had led. She held on to those memories and walked forward confidently. The shadows melted, revealing the exit. Trial 3, the Mirror of Truth. Finally, she arrived at a mirror made of crystal water. Her reflection looked twisted and scary, showing her insecurities. Do you see yourself as you truly are? The keeper of secrets asked. Sime nodded. I see my mistakes and fears, but I also see my heart. I choose love, courage, and kindness. The mirror glowed, and her reflection smiled back warmly. The forest erupted in golden light. From the mist rose a gem, glowing with all the colors of life. Sime held it close. With this, I will continue to protect the hearts of everyone, everywhere, she whispered. The keeper bowed. You are worthy, Sime of golden hair. Go forth and let your light shine even brighter. Sime returned to the kingdom with the heart of the forest. Its magic spread through every village, healing sadness, fear, and envy. She had proven once again that courage, kindness, and love were stronger than any shadow, trap, or curse. And so, Sime's legend grew, not just as a girl with golden hair, but as the guardian of hearts, the protector of light, and the hero whose courage inspired all who lived in her kingdom. The kingdom beyond the mountains. One morning, as the first light of dawn touched the palace, Sime noticed a golden bird flying toward the palace gates. Its wings shimmered like sunlight on water, and it carried a small scroll tied to its leg. Prince Odi untied the scroll and read aloud. From the kingdom beyond the mountains, our children are in danger. Only the girl of golden hair can help. Sime felt a shiver of excitement and purpose. We must go, she said. There are hearts that need hope, and I cannot ignore them. With Prince Odi by her side, Sime packed her golden cloak, the magical heart of the forest, and a bag of enchanted fruits. The monkeys and fireflies followed, ready to assist her. They mounted golden horses and set off toward the distant mountains. After days of travel, they arrived at a land unlike any Sime had seen. Rivers of sparkling silver ran through valleys, mountains touched the clouds, and forests whispered with voices that only magical creatures could understand. But all was not well. Villages lay silent, and children hid in fear. A dark mist hung over the land, and the villagers whispered of a mysterious creature called the Shadow Weaver. It fed on sadness and envy, turning hearts cold and eyes fearful. Sime stepped forward. We will bring light back, she said. No shadow is stronger than love. The Trials of the Shadow Weaver. Trial 1, The Bridge of Broken Promises. The Shadow Weaver had created a bridge over a deep chasm, but the bridge was made of broken wood and illusions of doubt. Each plank whispered fears, you will fail, you are not enough. Sime held the heart of the forest, letting its golden light guide her steps. With courage and trust in herself, she crossed safely. Trial 2, The Garden of Lost Smiles. Next, the group entered a garden where the flowers drooped and wilted, and the children had no joy. The Shadow Weaver tried to tempt Sime. You cannot help them, their sadness is stronger than your love. Sime knelt among the children, spoke words of hope, and touched their hearts with the heart of the forest. Slowly, flowers bloomed, laughter returned, and the shadows faded. Trial 3, The Mirror of Shadows. Finally, the Shadow Weaver confronted Sime with a dark mirror that reflected her fears, failures, and doubts. See yourself, it hissed. You are powerless. Sime looked calmly into the mirror. I am not defined by fear, but by love, courage, and hope. She held the heart of the forest high, and the mirror shattered, releasing all the trapped light and joy. The Shadow Weaver screamed and vanished, leaving behind a sparkling crown of light that hovered above Sime's head. The children cheered, the villages rejoiced, and the land felt alive again. Prince Odi embraced her. Sime, your heart truly shines brighter than any darkness. You have saved them all. Sime smiled. No, Prince, we saved them together. Love is strongest when shared. From that day on, Sime became known not only as the girl of golden hair, the guardian of hearts, and the princess of her kingdom, but as a traveler of light, spreading hope, courage, and kindness wherever shadows threatened to fall. The Prophecy of the Eternal Light. Months after returning from the kingdom beyond the mountains, Sime enjoyed peace in her kingdom. Children laughed freely, the river sparkled, and the forest thrived. But one night, as the moon rose full and silver, a glowing figure appeared in the palace courtyard, a spirit dressed in flowing robes of starlight. I am Lumara, the spirit said, her voice like wind chimes. I guard the prophecy of your kingdom. Sime, the girl of golden hair, a great challenge approaches. The eternal light of your land is threatened by an ancient curse that awakens once every 1,000 years. Only you can secure it. Sime's heart raced, but she nodded. Tell me what I must do. Lumara held up a crystal orb. Inside, she showed Sime a vision, mountains split, rivers darken, and shadows creep across the kingdom. You must journey to the Cavern of Whispers, solve 3 ancient riddles, and retrieve the gem of eternal light. Only then will your kingdom remain safe. Prince Odi, ever loyal, took her hand. We will face this together, Sime. The journey to the Cavern of Whispers. Sime and Prince Odi, with the monkeys and magical fireflies, traveled beyond the distant mountains. The air shimmered with magic, and every step tested their courage. The trees whispered secrets, rivers shifted paths, and strange creatures watched silently. At last, they arrived at the cavern, glowing faintly with an eerie blue light. Inside, the walls were carved with ancient symbols, and 3 glowing stones marked the path forward. A deep, echoing voice filled the cavern. To claim the gem of eternal light, you must answer the riddles of heart, mind, and courage. Fail, and the shadows shall rise. Riddle 1, the heart. A glowing stone formed the shape of a child. What is stronger than the fiercest storm, yet gentle enough to heal the smallest wound? Sime smiled, remembering all the children she had helped. Love, she said. The stone glowed warmly, and the path opened. Riddle 2, the mind. A second stone shimmered like a mirror. I can be seen but not touched, held but not kept, and I guide those who seek truth. What am I? Sime thought carefully, recalling all the times she had relied on wisdom, courage, and kindness. Hope, she answered. The stone paused, and a hidden staircase appeared. Riddle 3, courage. The third stone shone red like fire. I am invisible yet feared, I make heroes tremble, but I cannot harm those who face me. What am I? Sime took a deep breath, recalling the pit, the shadow spirit, and the trials beyond the mountains. Fear, she said. The stone erupted in light, and a chamber opened, revealing the gem of eternal light, glowing brighter than the sun. The return and victory. Sime took the gem carefully. The cavern filled with warmth and golden light. Shadows receded, rivers glistened, and a gentle wind carried the voices of the forest in gratitude. Prince Odi hugged her tightly. Once again, your heart, courage, and wisdom have saved us all. Sime placed the gem in the palace's highest tower. Its light spread across the kingdom, ensuring that darkness could never overtake the land again. The children cheered, the villagers celebrated, and even the forest seemed to sparkle brighter than ever. Lumara appeared once more, smiling. You have fulfilled the prophecy, Sime. The eternal light of your kingdom is secure, and your heart will inspire generations to come. Sime smiled, golden hair shimmering in the light. She knew her journey would never truly end, for there would always be hearts to heal, courage to teach, and love to spread. But she also knew this, as long as she believed in kindness, no shadow could ever triumph. The Festival of Realms. Years had passed since Sime secured the gem of eternal light. Her kingdom thrived, and children everywhere laughed freely under the sun. But one evening, a shimmering portal appeared in the palace courtyard, glowing with every color of the rainbow. From the portal stepped a creature unlike any Sime had seen, a tall, winged being with sparkling eyes and robes that flowed like liquid starlight. I am Zephyr, guardian of the realms, the creature said. We invite the girl of golden hair to the Festival of Realms, where kingdoms from across the magical worlds come together. But beware, only those pure of heart may solve the puzzles and bring harmony. Sime looked at Prince Odi, who smiled. Another adventure awaits, he said. And I will face it with you. The journey to the festival. Sime, Prince Odi, and the monkeys flew through the portal on magical wind currents, carried by glowing birds of many colors. They landed in a vast plaza, where creatures of every kind mingled, dragons with shimmering scales, talking foxes, winged lions, and children from kingdoms far and wide. Lanterns floated through the sky, rivers of glowing water ran through the streets, and magical trees bore fruits that sparkled like gems. But Sime noticed shadows lurking at the edges, threatening the festival's harmony. Zephyr explained, the Festival of Realms tests not strength, but unity, courage, and wisdom. Each puzzle you solve strengthens the bond between worlds. Fail, and the shadows will spread across all realms. The first puzzle, the River of Reflection. A river flowed with silver water that reflected not faces, but feelings. Each person who touched it saw their deepest emotions. Sime stepped forward and saw children crying, frightened by envy and anger in their own hearts. She knelt, placing her hands in the water, and whispered, "You are loved. You are brave. You are important." Slowly, the river's reflection changed. Smiles appeared, fear melted, and the water glowed golden. The second puzzle, the Forest of Whispers. Next, they entered a forest where trees whispered doubts and secrets meant to confuse travelers. Shadows danced between the branches, trying to trap the adventurers. Sime closed her eyes, held Prince Odi's hand, and said, "We trust each other. We face this together." The monkeys and magical creatures joined in, their combined light driving away the darkness. Paths opened, and the forest became safe. The final puzzle, the Tower of Unity. At the center of the festival stood a massive tower made of crystal. 3 gates awaited them, one of courage, one of wisdom, and one of kindness. Only by combining all 3 could the gate open. Sime spoke to the gathered creatures, "Courage protects, wisdom guides, and kindness heals. Together, we are stronger than any shadow." She placed her hands on the gates. Prince Odi, the monkeys, and the magical beings did the same. The gates shimmered, merging into a single golden doorway. Inside, a glowing orb, the Heart of Realms, hovered in the air. Sime reached for it, and the orb pulsed, sending waves of light across all the kingdoms, dissolving shadows and uniting every realm in harmony. A new era of friendship. The creatures cheered. Children hugged each other. The kingdoms celebrated not just the festival, but the lesson Sime had shown: unity, love, and courage can overcome any darkness. Zephyr smiled at Sime. "You are a true guardian of hearts. You have brought peace and friendship across worlds. Your golden hair shines not just for beauty, but as a symbol of hope and love." Sime looked at Prince Odi and the magical friends she had made. "The journey never ends," she said. "But together, we can light every shadow, heal every heart, and make the world a place of joy." And so, Sime continued her adventures, traveling through realms, helping children, and teaching everyone that love, courage, and kindness are the most powerful magic of all. The Celestial Eclipse. One night, as the kingdom slept under a sky full of stars, a strange shadow passed over the moon. It was not an ordinary eclipse. Dark streaks of cosmic energy spiraled across the heavens, and a low hum filled the air. The rivers dimmed, the forest shivered, and even the heart of the forest glowed faintly. Prince Odi stood beside Sime on the palace balcony. "This is no ordinary darkness," he said. "It feels alive." Sime nodded, her golden hair shimmering in the moonlight. "It's the eclipse of shadows, an event foretold in the ancient prophecies. If it reaches the kingdoms, it will feed on fear and sorrow, spreading chaos across all realms." Suddenly, a portal appeared, brighter and larger than any Sime had seen before. From it emerged Zephyr, the guardian of the realms, and the magical creatures Sime had met: dragons, winged lions, talking foxes, monkeys, and children from all the kingdoms. "The celestial eclipse awakens only once every 1,000 years, Zephyr said. "Only the girl of golden hair and her allies can stop it." The quest to the Celestial Tower. Sime, Prince Odi, and the magical creatures flew through the portal to the Celestial Tower, a structure floating among the stars. Its walls shimmered with cosmic light, and staircases of starlight twisted endlessly upward. At the top hovered the orb of shadows, the source of the eclipse. But to reach it, they had to pass 3 trials of cosmic power. Trial 1, the Maze of Nebulas. A swirling maze of glowing clouds blocked their path. Stars shifted unpredictably, creating illusions of endless corridors. Sime closed her eyes and listened to the whispers of the forest, the laughter of children she had helped, and the wisdom of Zephyr. "Follow the light of love," she whispered. Slowly, the maze shifted, revealing the path forward. Trial 2, the Bridge of Echoes. Next, they reached a bridge made of moonlight, stretching across a void filled with echoing fears. Every step produced visions of doubt, failure, and sorrow. Sime held the heart of the forest and the heart of realms close to her chest. "Love and courage are stronger than fear," she said firmly. One by one, the echoes faded, and the bridge solidified, allowing everyone to cross safely. Trial 3, the Riddle of the Stars. At last, they reached the Orb of Shadows. It pulsed with dark energy, whispering riddles. "I thrive on despair, yet vanish with hope. I blind the eyes, yet cannot touch the heart. What am I?" Sime thought carefully, remembering all she had learned. "You are fear and hatred," she said. "You have no power over hearts filled with love, courage, and kindness." The orb shuddered. Its dark energy cracked, revealing a hidden crystal inside, the star of light, the only thing that could end the eclipse. Sime reached out, and the crystal glowed, spreading golden light across the celestial tower. The eclipse ends. The shadows dissolved into sparkling stardust. The cosmic energy transformed into ribbons of light that stretched across every kingdom and realm. Rivers glimmered, forests sparkled, and children everywhere felt warmth and hope filled their hearts. Prince Odi hugged Sime tightly. "Once again, your heart has saved not just our kingdom, but all the realms." Sime smiled, golden hair flowing like sunlight. "It's not just my heart, it's everyone who believes in love, courage, and kindness. Together, we shine brighter than any darkness." Zephyr appeared, her wings glowing with celestial light. "You have completed the prophecy, Sime. The celestial eclipse is ended. Your bravery and wisdom will be remembered across all worlds forever." A new dawn. Sime returned to her kingdom, but now she was more than a princess, she was a legend across realms, a hero whose courage and love had defeated darkness in every form. Children from all kingdoms came to learn from her. Magical creatures visited often, sharing wisdom, stories, and laughter. And Sime. She continued her journey, spreading light wherever it was needed, teaching that love, courage, and kindness are the strongest magic in the universe.